a new series today. I just finished a series recently, the biggest series I've ever taught. Usually when I teach a series, it's 4 or 5 weeks, 4, 5, 6 hours. I've had a couple of them that were 11 or 12. But I just finished a 20-week series. It's 20 hours of teaching. That will be a big CD box set if you want to get it. But it's a lot of teaching. So I'm going to start a new one. And how did I get there? I spent all week going, all right, Lord, what should I teach about this week? What should I teach on? And I kept putting in these Andrew Womack CDs just to listen to, I do a lot of that. I listen to Andrew Womack or Jesse Planis or Jim Richards. I listen to their teachings just to let the Lord speak to me. And every time I put in an Andrew Womack CD, I heard him saying this. And I can't quote him, but basically, he doesn't plan when he goes somewhere to preach. He doesn't plan in advance what he's going to say. He just spends time praying, basically, for God to flow through me. And I thought, wow, okay. So that's all I've done this week is instead of really trying to plan out, a script or a line upon line, something to teach you, it's like, God, flow through me. You just flow through me. You know what people's needs are when they get there, when they come to the building or they're watching it online. Lord, you know what they need. So just use me as a tool that you can reach them. And here's what I believe he's told me to do. We have something that we started several years ago on Tuesday nights. It was very, very popular, and it helped a lot of people. And it switched over to like Wednesday nights, and it helped a lot of people. And it was something we've never done on Sunday. So I'm going to start a new series. It's a thing called Truth Cafe. Truth Cafe, listen carefully so you can get involved. Truth Cafe is a place where you come and eat truth. The way we would do it on Tuesday nights or Wednesday nights is people would come in and I would read a question. These are some of the questions I'm going to go over. I would read one of their questions, and then we would just look at scriptural perspective of it, because you can have an opinion about a topic. All of us have had things in the Bible that we've always wondered about. What did this mean? What does this mean? You've got things right now. Well, I've always wondered what the Bible has to say about fill in the blank. And the way we would do this, it's very anonymous. People could, and you can do this now. If you have a question that you've always wanted to be answered, you send us something in the mail. Go to finishedwork.com and you'll get our mailing address. And send us a question in the mail. And you don't have to sign your name to it. Or just send it on by email. Just send it by email and we'll print it out. And we will never say, okay, well, let me tell you who asked this question. It's never like that. I'll just read a question, anonymous, keep your names off, and then we'll answer that question. And so get involved. I just want to encourage you, I'm going to read you some of these so you even see what I'm talking about. These are just some of the questions that we're going to answer, maybe. Man, there's so many. Obviously, I can't read all these, but and these are just questions that other people gave us. If you're saved and you live for the Lord and you quit going to church and you go back into the world and then you die, will you still go to heaven? I know people that are saved, but they go around talking about other people and saying words that people shouldn't be saying. I'd like to say something to them, so how do I go about doing that? Are people once saved, always saved? This is a good one. Is it a sin to kill and eat animals? Another one about food. I heard that we're not supposed to eat seafood. And any fish that doesn't have scales. Is that right? I like seafood. I like catfish. In Acts chapter 10, verse 34 and 35, what does it mean to fear the Lord? Another question. If God is a God of love, then why should we fear him? See, these are questions that you may have. Do animals go to heaven? Do those prayer claws really work? Something about end times. Oh, here's one. Should women teach men? When technically is the Sabbath? Why was Joseph's bloodline so important if it was Mary's bloodline that Jesus actually came from? Good question. I can't read it. This was too funny to read. People always hold their mouth open and you have to pick it back up. If you use the Lord's name in vain, as GD, when I was that wrong, is it going to be held against you? Can you swear? No, but I know all the words. All right. They just go on and on and on. You know, questions about if Jesus was a Jew, then how about this? And some people say King James Version is the only anointed Bible. What about cannibalism? And what about all the people in the past that claim to be Messiah? And just on and on and on. About questions about revelation, questions about baptism, water baptism and spirit baptism. How did Adam and Eve actually populate the whole world? These are good questions. Does everybody have, each person have a real guardian angel? What is slain in the spirit about? Just on and on. These are good. So you get my whole point of what we're going to do. This is something that we have done, you know, live, face to face, on Tuesday nights and Wednesday nights for a couple of years. And it came to a pause, but I believe the Lord wants me to do this again and get you people that are watching this online involved. So you email your question that you've always wanted to know. Okay, I've had all these questions about the Bible, and what does God say about this, and what about that? You just send us an email. And no, I'm not going to answer your question by replying to your email. You'll have to watch this video to get your answer. And I promise, your name will never be mentioned. I won't say, some idiot from New Hampshire asked this question. It's not going to be like that. It's very generic. It's very anonymous. And you'll get a lot of good stuff out of it.